Good morning, friends. So, I thought we'd start off this video talking about creating a really good foundation for yourself each day. There's a couple of things I try to do for myself. One, I don't do it every day, but I do like to work out. It makes my energy a lot more balanced and smooth, and I feel a lot stronger. And I also like to make smoothies and things like that to take care of myself. But I also, when I have a chance, I'll, sweep through the house in the morning and find that there's laundry piling up. So it's really easy for us to get down on ourselves, or, we should do this, or we should do that, or we should la la la, whatever it is. But instead of all of that shoulding, which can create a lot of anxiety in my experience, I just, try to do the best I can. And that starts with a strong foundation. So here's me getting ready for my day and creating, a strong foundation for myself. What do you do that makes you feel strong for yourself, or for your day, or for the other people in your life? I find that I'm not a great cleaner, but right before I'm about to cook, I really like to clean up. I'm lighting incense, I clean the space, because I'm going to make a mess. I'm going to tell you what. Even if I'm just making enchilada sauce, for example. So, What do you do for yourself that makes, even in your own environment, even in your own space, what do you do for yourself that makes you feel strong, or gives you more confidence, or helps you get ready for your day even? Some people make their bed, some people, like to have a nice smoothie, or, sit quietly and meditate. What are the things for you that create a strong foundation? Just asking. All right, well, let's make some sauce.
Now we're gonna make this enchilada sauce. Like I said before, made the other sauce. I have so much green enchilada sauce. I actually have both green Tabasco, which I strained, and then the chunkier one. So I have tons of that canned. I've been eating it. We eat it every other week. We use a lot of it. But I would use red a lot too if I had it. So now let's make some. So I turned this pan right here. I'm gonna keep moving this around. I turned this pan right here, and we're gonna toast some peppers. So I have anchos and guajillos. I just got them at the store. Okay. So I think 2 of each. Oh no, 3 of each. So we're gonna toast. This doesn't make very much either. It only makes, these are black, so they're not easy to see when you toast them, but they'll soften up a little bit. We just don't want to burn them. I heard if you burn them, they get bitter, so we want to make sure. These are a little bit easier to tell because they're red. Now, this is not a difficult recipe, but it has labor to it, has a lot of steps. There's not even a lot of ingredients actually, but a lot of steps. So let's keep toasting these. Maybe I should turn these up. Oh, I can feel them softening a little bit. Oh yeah, oh shoot. That one might be bitter. It's got some black spots. Okay, you gotta be really careful. See this one? I'm gonna get another one because there's black spots on it, and I heard if they get black, they get bitter, which we do not want. Oh crap, really? Did I do it again? I think it's okay. I think it's just toasted. Okay. What we do now is, I think we toast the tomatoes in that same pan. What is your favorite thing to home make? What is your favorite thing to home make? I want to start, I want to learn how to home make everything. Thing I really want to try, and we're going to try this soon. I know that this is one of the things I put on the list for people to vote on, for me to make. So of course I'm making it. because I've also wanted to make this for a really long time. But Another thing that I want to learn how to make is really good gluten-free sourdough bread at home. And there's a couple recipes. I've never made bread before, so that's kind of exciting. I always wanted to try sourdough, and I'm gluten-free, so that would be amazing to have bread I can actually eat that was like good. If you're gluten-free, don't you ever think that the gluten-free bread sucks? There has to be a way in. I don't know what it is yet, but I want to try it out. You know, I like to experiment with recipes. Okay, so we just quarter this onion. That's pretty easy. And we're gonna roast it in that, we're not roast it, we're gonna, do we roast it? Toast, it says toast the onions. Doesn't that mean I'm putting it in the oven? Maybe I'm just dry toasting it on the, oh, that's probably what I'm doing. I'm probably just dry toasting it on the, it doesn't say, it says 1 cup of crushed tomatoes. Oh, I thought it said 1 can. I think the C means cup. That's the case of crushed tomatoes, not a can. I'm gonna use this, I have a container of marinara, so we'll just use that. It has a little bit of like garlic and stuff in it too, so it'll have good flavors. It'll contribute. It's all the stuff I'm already putting, except there's a little bit of basil. But oh well, we can deal with that. So we want to quarter these onions. I guess we're just gonna, kind of want to roast them off in the oven. So feels like that makes sense more than toasting the onions. I don't even know what that means. Half the tomatoes. Growing a lot of these this summer, baby. A lot of these. Romas and Amish paste. I'm doing both. Okay. I use them so much. And 4 cloves of garlic. Well, let's do a little more of garlic because it's good. Obviously. Maybe 5. Okay, that's good. I'm such a rebel. 5 instead of 4. Watch out for Petrella on the move. Ah. Such a dorcas. Okay, what am I doing with this? Quarter the onion, peel the garlic. Peel the garlic. That's fine. It's all going in the blender in the end anyway, so it doesn't really matter. If I smash it a little bit, it doesn't matter. It doesn't. It doesn't. So not that many ingredients, dude. It's only like peppers, tomatoes, onion, garlic. It's pretty easy peasy. I mean, it requires a little bit of love to like get it in the right condition, like not burning the peppers when you're trying to toast them and getting them toasted enough so there's actually like a flavor of toastedness. But let's go put the tomatoes, toast the onions, tomatoes, and garlic in the same pan. Ooh, smells pretty good. Gotta be careful not to burn this garlic, I'll tell you that. It's working. Getting a little char. Don't want to burn the garlic. Gotta keep it moving around. I've never seen it done this way. It's so interesting. But I dig it. So I can keep an eye on everything. Just rip the top off. I don't know why. I guess it's too hot. Is that why we don't want the seeds? I don't know. Kind of like a little spice, right? Who doesn't like a little spice? Do these work to plant these little seeds in here? Does anybody know? If you know, let me know, because I'd love to know. Oh, add crushed tomatoes. Oh, we're going to add water. I was going to say, that doesn't seem like very much. All right, put these tomatoes in. And the thing is with this, we want to cook it down. It's going to cook down for a little bit. I really would have thought maybe there was some vinegar in it, but I don't look like there is. I've never worked with peppers before, like dried peppers like this. Adventure recipe. Did I miss anything? Oh no, half a teaspoon of dried oregano. I did forget something. I did not think that oregano would be in this. I think that is very interesting. Half a teaspoon. We'll just like eyeball it. That looks half a teaspoon-ish. Maybe more. Let's let that cook. 15 minutes. Then once we strain this out, we cook it down again. Starting to look like a red sauce already. I wasn't recording this whole time. I thought I was. Okay, so it says we're supposed to fry the sauce, which means put it in a frying pan with a little bit of oil and fry it. But what's the difference between that and just putting it in, keeping it in this, putting back in the saucepan with a little bit of oil? There has to be a difference. I just don't understand what it is. So if you know, let me know in the comments box below. All right, we got 5 minutes left on this sauce to simmer. I'm gonna keep eating my snack. We'll be right back. Timer went off. Let's get this in here. Lots of moving parts. Okay. I feel like I need a better spoon. Let's use this guy. We'll get the chunks first. I'm gonna strain it in a second. Get the big chunks first, so we don't make too much of a mess. Then we'll pour the sauce in. It's already starting to look pretty saucy-tastic. We'll see. Try not to make a mess, okay? Try. Let's see. I can do this in a way so you can see. There we go. Now, what I'm going to tell you right now is from years of watching food TV, because I've watched so much food TV, okay? I taught myself how to cook on food TV, okay? But what I do know is that when you puree something very hot, it grows in size. I don't know if it's because of the steam. I don't know about what. So what I'm going to do is, just so I don't splatter this on myself, just for safety's sake, for everybody involved. Okay, this is supposed to be on high, so we're gonna puree this up and see it's going right here. And here we go. Okay, I'm telling you, we got this sauce, right? It looks, the bowl is very dirty, but it already coats the back of a spoon. I'm gonna cook it a little bit down, like I'm gonna cook it down a little bit more because it says to. But then, and that'll help me get the flavors right, I think. It's a little, needs a little bit of salt. Maybe a little bit of vinegar. It's definitely not that spicy. This, a couple teaspoons of oil, it says, and then we put it in. I'm definitely gonna need a lid on that pan so it doesn't get everywhere. All right, I'm gonna let that, it says to let it cook for like 30 minutes. That seems kind of long. So I'm gonna check it in like 10, because it's already kind of thick. So we'll see what happens after 10. It definitely needs salt. I added salt, but I do not know. I don't know. It seems now, because it said to put oil in there, now it's just like sitting in oil. That seems like a weird step. I don't know if I like it, but I am gonna let it simmer. Let the salt cook in a little bit. Maybe it'll meld in together here a little bit. The flavors will continue to develop. It's kind of, it's not bland. I mean, it's good, but I don't know how to describe it. It's missing something. I don't think it's very spicy. I mean, it has lovely flavors, but it's not very spicy, which I wish it was a little bit more spicy. So I'm gonna add some chili to it. And maybe a little bit of cumin. I'd give it a little bit of earthiness. It's not bad. It's just not, it's not exciting. It's not making me go, ooh, I can't wait to eat that. That's not happening. Cumin and maybe some, I guess it's a little spicy. Need some. Let's see if we can give it some. Do a little cumin, a little more salt. You know, it's just vegetables. It's not like it has any salt to it, so you do gotta give it a little something. I don't know if you can see, but there's just like oil around the edge now. It's kind of bumming me out. Maybe that gets like mixed in. I don't know. Do I have to take the oil back out of my sauce? Like, is that bumming me? It's kind of bumming me. Gotta tell you, it's kind of bumming me out. It is true. All right, I'm gonna let this, I mean, it does freaking coat the back of a spoon, but I'm gonna let it cook a little bit with the lid on so heat doesn't escape, but it'll continue to like cook together. And hopefully, let's get cumin at it a little bit. Hopefully the cumin and that salt will come together. I'm also thinking like maybe, I mean, I put 5 cloves of garlic. You saw me. I put 5 cloves of garlic in that, and it doesn't taste very garlicky. Are my taste buds weird? I don't know. That seems like I would be able to taste it. It's not that much liquid. This sauce is not done. I regret that a lot. What is that vinegar? What does vinegar do? Is it umami? It's not umami. I don't hate that either. Yep. That vinegar is good in it. Makes it taste like a little bit more like salsa, but not. All right, I'm gonna leave it alone. Quit judging. Sometimes you gotta know when to walk away from your art. Let's leave it alone and let it do its thing. Hey friends. Okay, so I was sitting there editing the video and I realized that I didn't have any good footage of me finishing this sauce I spent all day on. So a couple things I want to add at the very end. One, I added salt. That was not in the recipe. I definitely added salt. Probably a teaspoon at least. It definitely needed it. It's just all vegetables, so it could, there's no savory hit. So I put that in there. I added just a little sprinkle of cumin, maybe like a half a teaspoon. I added 2 tablespoons of vinegar, really set it off, brightened it up, added some acid. You can see that I did that in the video. But what happened was, it was really great, is Jason came in and tasted it. He's such a good cook too. I just love to cook more, so I do it. But he tasted it and he said, this could use a little pepper, like a little chili. And I had some chipotle chili pepper, chili powder, and we added that in, and I'm telling you, probably like a teaspoon. It totally hit that recipe off. I'm telling you, it was amazing. So what I'm gonna do next, and I hope you join in, hit subscribe if you want to be notified when I drop it, but what I'm gonna do next is make a recipe both with that enchilada sauce that we just made. I had 2 half pints of sauce. It wasn't a ton, not 2 half, but 2 pints. I had 2 pints of sauce. I froze one, and then I'm gonna use one to bring together both that enchilada sauce and then some canned chicken that I made, I don't know, a couple months ago, not too long ago. So if you're interested in that recipe, how to use up some canned chicken, and I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna make standard enchiladas. I kind of want to mix it up a little bit. So I'm gonna go do some recipe research and see what I can find. But yeah, so if you want to see those come together using this sauce that you just helped me make, I hope you go make it. It's so good. I'll put the recipe link to the recipe that I used below. It's the very basic recipe. Like I said, it only makes 2 pints, and then you can do what you will with it, okay? But I'm telling you, those 4 things added in made it. Okay, I hope to see you at the next video. You guys take care. Have a great week, friends. Bye.